When bidding on a job involving unknown conditions, such as a house converted into a multi-unit apartment building with pre-existing electrical work, several approaches can be taken to fairly estimate the cost while managing the owner's expectations. A common concern is accurately pricing the work when the existing wiring and installations behind walls are largely unknown. This is particularly challenging when parts of the building are already partially completed or have existing violations. Firstly, consider a time and material contract with a budget limit. This approach acknowledges the uncertainty of the project's scope. Explain clearly to the owner that because of the unknown existing conditions, a time and material contract is the most appropriate and honest method. Provide as much as possible a detailed estimate of the labor and material costs based on your current knowledge of the project, including visible areas and accessible information. This estimate should include an hourly rate for labor and the anticipated costs of materials. It's crucial to be as thorough as possible, but also transparent about the potential for unexpected expenses. Set a realistic budget limit with the owner, taking into consideration the potential for unforeseen circumstances. This limit serves as a cap on spending without prior approval. It's important to inform the owner that any cost exceeding the agreed-upon budget limit will require their explicit approval and additional funding. This ensures they remain in control of the project's finances and are aware of any changes to the original estimate. Secondly, explore a fixed-price contract with contingencies. With this option, you will estimate the likely labor and material costs based on the visible areas of the project and your previous experience with similar jobs. However, because of the unknowns, it's essential to include a contingency fund to cover unexpected challenges and errors discovered during the project. The contingency fund should be a clearly defined percentage of the total estimated cost, reflecting the level of uncertainty in the project. Explain to the owner that while you are aiming for a fixed price, there is a possibility of additional costs if unforeseen issues arise. Emphasize that the contingency fund is specifically designed to address these potential problems. It's crucial to ensure that the contingencies are clearly defined in writing and agreed upon by both parties. This agreement should outline the types of issues that would trigger the use of the contingency fund and the process for obtaining approval for additional expenses. When presenting your proposal to the owner, transparency is paramount. Be upfront about the challenges and potential costs involved in the project. Acknowledge the unknowns and explain how you have accounted for them in your pricing strategy. Provide detailed estimates breaking down the costs of labor, materials, and any contingency funds. This level of detail demonstrates your thoroughness and commitment to fair pricing. Emphasize the importance of conducting a thorough inspection of the property and maintaining open communication throughout the project. Explain that a comprehensive inspection, including hidden areas if possible, will help identify potential issues early on and minimize unexpected costs. Regularly communicate with the owner, providing updates on the project's progress and addressing any concerns promptly. Focus on building trust by acknowledging the owner's previous negative experiences with other contractors. Demonstrate empathy for their situation and assure them that you are committed to providing a positive and transparent experience. Highlight the long-term benefits of getting the project done right. Emphasize the increased safety, enhanced property value, and potential for future business that result from a properly executed electrical installation. Offer a written proposal that clearly outlines the pricing, terms of the contract, and any contingencies. The proposal should be easy to understand and include all relevant information to help the owner make an informed decision. In addition to these pricing strategies, there are several additional considerations to keep in mind. Firstly, conduct a thorough inspection of the property, including the hidden areas, before finalizing the price. This inspection can help identify potential issues and allow you to refine your estimate. Document all pre-existing errors and violations that may impact the scope and cost of the project. This documentation can protect you from liability for pre-existing problems and provide a basis for negotiating additional compensation if necessary. Consider offering a warranty or guarantee for your work to give the owner peace of mind. A warranty demonstrates your confidence in the quality of your work and provides assurance that you will address any issues that arise after completion. Build a strong working relationship with the owner by communicating regularly, addressing any concerns promptly, and being responsive to their needs. This proactive approach can foster trust and lead to future business opportunities. When dealing with electrical work, always adhere to the National Electrical Code or NEC and any local electrical codes and safety regulations. These standards ensure the safety and reliability of the electrical system. Here are some specific NEC considerations relevant to the scenario. Firstly, ensure proper grounding and bonding. Grounding and bonding are critical for electrical safety. Verify that the grounding system is properly installed and connected to all metal parts of the electrical system, including enclosures, conduit, and equipment. This helps prevent electrical shock hazards and ensures proper operation of overcurrent protection devices. Secondly, check wiring methods and conductor sizing. Ensure that all wiring is installed using approved methods such as conduit, cable trays, or direct burial. Verify that the conductor sizes are appropriate for the ampacity of the circuits they serve. Undersized conductors can overheat and cause fires. Refer to NEC Table 310.15b16 for conductor ampacity ratings. Thirdly, verify overcurrent protection. Overcurrent protection devices, such as circuit breakers and fuses, are designed to protect electrical circuits from overloads and short circuits. Ensure that all circuits are properly protected by overcurrent devices of the correct size and type. Overcurrent devices should be readily accessible and clearly labeled. Fourthly, ensure proper receptacle spacing. Receptacles should be spaced so that no point along the wall line is more than 6 feet from a receptacle. This ensures that extension cords are not used unnecessarily, which can create tripping hazards and overload circuit. Fifthly, install arc fault circuit interrupters or ASIs. ASIs are designed to protect against electrical fires caused by arcing faults. Install ASIs in all branch circuits that supply outlets and dwelling units, as required by the NEC. Sixthly, install ground fault circuit interrupters or GFCIs. GFCIs are designed to protect against electrical shock hazards caused by ground faults. Install GFCIs in all wet or damp locations such as bathrooms, kitchens, and outdoor areas. Seventhly, ensure proper smoke detector installation. Smoke detectors are essential for fire safety. Install smoke detectors in all bedrooms, outside of sleeping areas, and on every level of the dwelling unit. Smoke detectors should be interconnected so that when one detector alarms, all detectors alarm. Eighthly, ensure proper equipment clearances. Maintain proper clearances around electrical equipment such as panels, transformers, and switchgear. These clearances are necessary for safe access and maintenance. Refer to the NEC for specific clearance requirements. Ninthly, check for proper labeling and identification. All electrical panels, circuits, and equipment should be clearly labeled and identified. This helps prevent confusion and ensures that the correct circuits are energized during maintenance or repairs. Tenthly, comply with all applicable codes and standards. Ensure that all electrical work complies with the latest edition of the NEC and any local electrical codes and standards. Obtain all necessary permits and inspections to ensure code compliance. Furthermore, consider the specific requirements for a multi-unit dwelling. Firstly, individual metering. Each apartment unit should have its own individual electrical meter, allowing tenants to be billed separately for their electricity consumption. Secondly, common area lighting. Provide adequate lighting for common areas, such as hallways, stairwells, and parking areas. The lighting should be energy efficient and designed to provide safe illumination. Thirdly, emergency lighting. Install emergency lighting in common areas to provide illumination in the event of a power outage. Emergency lighting should be powered by a backup power source such as a generator or battery system. Fourthly, fire alarm system. Install a fire alarm system that is compliant with local codes and standards. Fire alarm system should include smoke detectors, heat detectors, and manual pull stations. Fifthly, accessibility requirements. Ensure that the electrical system complies with all applicable accessibility requirements such as those specified in the Americans with Disabilities Act or ADA. This may include providing accessible receptacles, switches, and other electrical components. Sixthly, surge protection. Consider installing surge protection devices to protect sensitive electronic equipment from voltage surges. Surge protection devices can help prevent damage to appliances, computers, and other electronic devices. Seventhly, communication systems. Provide communication systems such as telephone and data wiring to each apartment unit. This allows tenants to connect to telephone and internet services. Eighthly, cable and satellite wiring. Provide cable and satellite wiring to each apartment unit. This allows tenants to access cable television and satellite television services. When dealing with existing wiring, be prepared to address several potential issues. Firstly, outdated wiring. The existing wiring may be outdated and not meet current code requirements. If the wiring is in poor condition or does not meet current standards, it may need to be replaced. Secondly, knob and tube wiring. Knob and tube wiring is an outdated wiring method that is no longer permitted in new installations. If knob and tube wiring is present, it should be replaced with modern wiring methods. Thirdly, aluminum wiring. Aluminum wiring was used in some homes in the 1960s and 1970s. Aluminum wiring can be a fire hazard if it is not properly installed and maintained. If aluminum wiring is present, it should be inspected by a qualified electrician and repaired or replaced as necessary. Fourthly, undersized service. The existing electrical service may be undersized for the increased electrical load of a multi-unit dwelling. If the service is undersized, it may need to be upgraded to provide adequate power. Fifthly, code violations. The existing electrical system may have code violations that need to be corrected. These violations may include improper wiring methods, inadequate grounding, or missing safety devices. Sixthly, hidden splices. Hidden splices are electrical connections that are made inside walls or ceilings without the use of junction boxes. Hidden splices are a fire hazard and should be corrected by installing junction boxes. Seventhly, overloaded circuits. Overloaded circuits can occur when too many appliances or devices are plugged into a single circuit. Overloaded circuits can cause the circuit breaker to trip or the fuse to blow. The circuit should be rebalanced to distribute the load more evenly. Eighthly, improper grounding. Improper grounding can create electrical shock hazards. The grounding system should be inspected and corrected as necessary. Throughout the project, maintain clear and open communication with the owner. Provide regular updates on the progress of the work, any challenges encountered, and any changes to the estimated cost. Be responsive to the owner's questions and concerns, and address them promptly and professionally. Building a strong working relationship with the owner is essential for a successful project. Remember, dealing with unknown electrical conditions requires a cautious and thorough approach. By carefully assessing the situation, providing transparent pricing, and maintaining open communication, you can successfully complete the project while ensuring the safety and satisfaction of the owner. Always prioritize safety and adhere to all applicable codes and standards.